Considering getting online with Brsk Broadband? In this video, we review Brsk based on their speeds and coverage, value for money, customer service, Wi-Fi router, and more, to see if they're worth joining. But before we begin, thanks to 3 for sponsoring this video. Their 5G home broadband deals offer a cheap, easy way to get online with really fast download speeds, typically around 150 megabits per second, but up to 300 to 500 megabits per second in some areas from our testing. Make sure to click the link in the description to come to the 3 website and put in your postcode to see if you can get 3 5G broadband at your address. Brsk is a small, independent broadband provider that has their own full fibre network, separate from the BT Openreach network, as well as the Virgin Media network, and all other broadband networks around the UK. They offer a range of really fast broadband deals, from 150 megabits per second, all the way up to 2 gigabits per second. By default, there's a 24-month contract, but you can also choose a month-to-month commitment, if you'd prefer. Currently, you can get Brsk Broadband in some parts of central and northern England. Coverage at the moment is mostly centred around Birmingham, Manchester and Bradford, with a bit of coverage around Blackburn as well. Make sure to come to the Brsk website, which we've linked in the description, and put in your postcode to see if you can get their broadband service at your address. Once you choose a broadband plan from them, there's a few different add-ons you can choose to include, which we'll discuss a bit later in the video. One of Brsk's biggest strengths is the speeds that they offer. 2 gigabits per second is faster than what a lot of other providers offer at the moment, such as PlusNet and BT, as well as Virgin Media in most areas. Also, with Brsk, you get symmetrical download and upload speeds, meaning your upload speeds are as fast as your downloads. This is actually quite rare with most of the older, bigger broadband providers on the market. For example, with Virgin Media, your upload speed is typically only about 10% as fast as your download speed. You can see here, on their 516 megabit plan, your upload speed is only 52 megabits per second. So Brsk performs really well when it comes to download and upload speeds, and they tend to be pretty consistent, but we'll discuss their customer service a bit later in the video. Given the speeds on offer, Brsk's monthly costs are really competitive. At £19 a month for the initial 24-month contract, their BetterNet 150 plan is one of the cheapest broadband plans on the market at the moment, with a download speed of at least 100 megabits per second, cheaper than BT, Virgin Media, PlusNet, Vodafone, and a heap of others. And their faster plans are also good value for money, although their fastest plan is a bit expensive compared to their other deals. Between their 500 and 1000 megabit plan, you can double your speeds for only £5 extra per month, but if you double them again to get 2 gigabits, you have to pay an extra £25 a month, basically double the cost. Another good thing about Brsk is they don't increase their prices mid-contract, unlike Virgin Media, BT, EE, and most other major providers. So you don't have to worry about your prices rising every April in line with inflation like you do with most other companies. It is worth mentioning though, if you choose a month-to-month plan, the monthly costs do go up quite a bit. These prices are more in line with what you'd pay with a provider like BT. But with these other bigger providers, most of them don't even offer the flexibility to buy on a month-to-month basis. So really, these prices aren't too bad, and there's still no upfront fee, even if you just choose a monthly rolling contract, which is quite rare to see. Normally, when a provider can't lock you in for 12, 18, or 24 months, they'll massively increase the upfront cost to incentivize you to stay for a while. But Brsk doesn't do this, which is good to see. Remember, click the link in the description to go to the Brsk website and see what deals they're offering when you're watching this. Compared to a lot of other small fibre broadband providers, Brsk's range of add-ons is quite good. For example, you can choose to include a home phone service, which a lot of other providers don't give you the option to do. It starts at just £4 a month, which is pretty reasonable if you don't mind paying per minute for calls, and there's also anytime calling options, which are pretty reasonably priced. Although if you call other countries, this can get a bit expensive, and there's no inclusive minutes option. They also have a Wi-Fi add-on, where their engineers will come over and get you set up with mesh Wi-Fi to make sure you don't have any dead spots in your house. What they're doing is installing more access points to give you better signal if it ever drops off. This add-on is a bit expensive in our opinion. They're charging £10 a month at the moment, and the equipment they're installing only comes with Wi-Fi 5, not Wi-Fi 6 or Wi-Fi 6E, which are later standards that offer better signal and speeds. We'll discuss Wi-Fi and Brsk's router a bit later in the video. You can choose to get a static IP for a pretty reasonable price, which is nice, and there's also a TV add-on, which gives you access to a few different streaming services, as well as a TV box, although there are some premium channels you can't get included without paying extra for them on top of the add-on, such as Sky Sports. Probably the biggest downside to Brsk is the router they're shipping new customers. As far as we can work out, they're only shipping these two brands of routers at the moment. They come with 3 usable gigabit Ethernet ports. Some routers are limited to just 1 or 2 these days, but some do have 4. The main issue with these 2 routers is their Wi-Fi performance. They only come with Wi-Fi 5 rather than Wi-Fi 6 or 6E, meaning their speeds and signal aren't as good as they are with some other providers' routers, like the one that Vodafone, EE, or Community Fibre ships you. You may want to consider upgrading this router to a Wi-Fi 6 one, which isn't too expensive in most cases, or you might want to use a mesh Wi-Fi system, like the Wi-Fi add-on that Brsk includes, although it is quite expensive. If you're looking for a provider with a better router, EE is worth looking at. They include a Wi-Fi 6 router on most of their plans, and on their fastest deals, you can get this Wi-Fi 7 one, offering even faster wireless speeds and better signal strength. Click the link in the description to go to the EE website and see what deals they're offering when you're watching this. Apart from their router, the only other real downside to Brsk is their coverage. They're just not available at many addresses at the moment. Coverage is just limited to a few cities, and even inside those cities, it's not guaranteed that you can get broadband from Brsk. Remember, come to their website, which we've linked in the description, and put in your postcode to see if you can get Brsk Broadband at your address. Brsk's customer service is generally very good. We've had a good look through their online reviews, and there's a few good things that we see. The first is they keep on top of this, replying to reviews, including negative ones. This reply was actually given on a weekend, meaning they're keeping quite on top of this. If you do have an issue, it's easy to get it escalated, and unlike a lot of bigger companies, they really care about their reviews, and they try to put things right when issues do arise. The other good thing we see here is there aren't really any patterns in the negative reviews, such as problems getting in touch with support, or support failing to fix issues when they do arise. The only issue that does sometimes come up is installation can be a bit tricky. Because they're on a completely different network to OpenReach or Virgin Media, Brsk does sometimes have to do a bit of work to get you up and running. This can sometimes lead to problems, just because the process is a bit more complicated. But in general, Brsk gets this right, and installation goes smoothly. If you can get Brsk Broadband at your address, we think they're definitely worth looking at. In most locations, they offer the cheapest broadband available and the fastest download speeds. They have a good range of add-ons available, and their customer service is good. We just wish the Wi-Fi router they shipped you was a little better. Remember, click the link in the description to come to the Brsk website and see if you can get their service at your address, and find out what deals they're offering at the moment when you're watching this. And if you have any questions about Brsk Broadband, or choosing a provider more broadly, leave a comment below and we'll get back to you.